Do you know how rare it is to see Magnus Carlsen play live on Lichess? Do you know how incredible it is to see him beat a Russian Grandmaster 10-0 in real time? You are in for a wonderful treat. Why should you keep watching? We will see Magnus sacrifice with knight d5, but does it work out? Does Carlsen get in trouble? Who will checkmate who? But that's just in game 1. In game 2 we see a very long battle where Carlsen really does outplay his opponent. And finally in game 3, well, we will just have to wait and see. The unique thing about this video is every game was filmed live. I am giving commentary at the same time. Every game is against Russian Grandmaster Aleksei Sarana, 21 years old with a FIDE rating of 2666. Do you want to see how Magnus Carlsen beats the Sicilian defense? Then let us begin. Magnus Carlsen against Aleksei Sarana. We are capturing this game live. This is so rare. It's so rare to capture a game being played live featuring Magnus. It's so rare. And I'm on Lichess right now. It is 11:08 in the evening in England. We have this. Couple pawns in the center. You're controlling these squares. A decision has been made. You give up the bishop pair. Magnus, it might castle this way, or will he castle this way? He goes d4, open up the center. I'm saying this is very rare because it is a 3-minute game. Rook c8, right. Now we get open Sicilian. g5 is fast. g5, f5, something. When you don't know what to do, king b1 is always sensible in front of all your pawns. Now we got to think, are we going to go f5? Are we going to go g5 and then launch that up? Yes. Rook e1 is tempting because b4, knight d5 is a typical sacrifice. Oh, he takes first and then knight d5 maybe. Yeah, typical sacrifice. So Sarana has fallen for this gorgeous knight d5 move. It's absolutely beautiful. Take, take, rook e1. Maybe bishop g7 first, then rook e1. But then the knight moves now. Knight b6 is possible. But then bishop g7. Then rook here, and then the bishop actually comes back. Let's see if Magnus goes for this. Cool, and then bishop f6. Cool, all good. Knight d5, didn't see that. Didn't spot that, and it looks like Sarana might actually be in with a knight c3 check. Maybe Magnus is the one in trouble. Wow. It's so rare to capture this game live, also to see Magnus be in trouble in a 3-minute game. Magnus, he is rated 3202 on Lichess. Aleksei Sarana, 2984. Now the game is not over, no way. Queen e4. Some problems, man. Because you can't go here, because check, and then that's mate on the back. But then you lose that rook. Oh my gosh, there's a mate here. Oh, but then rook e7, maybe. Queen a3, rook e7, king e7. Okay, rook e7, take, check. What? Excuse my language, sorry. He didn't take because that was check and then mate. Oh my gosh. Oh. e4, c5, b3 again from Magnus with bishop b2 this time. Bishop c4, we're fighting for the light squares. Magnus is really fighting for control of the light squares. We see this in the Sicilian often. A closed center, but about to open it up. f4, f5 later, not at the moment. I think you can take. So d3 played, maybe stick something in, or you trade. I don't know about trading. I really don't know how to play this kind of position. Check out this structure. Lots of pawns on light squares. Rook f2, rook f1 coming up. b5, nothing to fear. Knight d4 played. Now we take this middle game. How to assess it? Very closed. Every capture just totally transformed the position. That's why you got to be so careful when you transform the structure. a5 fixing it now. Now b5 won't pass on. I see, maybe that's why Sarana played it, because then he was. Imagine the pawn was back here. Then b5 is a threat. So Magnus plays a5. How to react? Knight c6. That does allow knight d5. If you play that, then the queen defends the pawn. If capture, then you can actually take with the rook. But Magnus chooses to take in the center first. Take, and now he sticks a knight in. with this transformation, looks like we're blocking in this, but then both bishops, I would say, are equally bad. f5 is absolutely necessary. If we go back here, f5 was threatened, so here, rook e2, Magnus is switching to the e file. We have a capture, take, take. King in the corner, getting out of any diagonal shot. 2 minutes versus 2 minutes 16, h3. Just a tiny pawn move. I don't know if that's vital. It was bishop g4 threat. I don't know. Is this coming up as well? Maybe g4 f5. I might tuck the king to h2 like this and then put it. Reroute first. What is Magnus's idea? Is it like this? Here, here. So then the bishop defends. Then the queen can do something else. Knight in. Right. So we're fighting for squares. That really is what the Sicilian is about, fighting for squares. The knight is perfect, defended. Looks like this capture can happen, and then there's going to be some transition. Actually, if that happens, probably take with the pawn, actually. Because if take, d5. So, if Sarana goes for this capture, I think we're going to have this bishop h6. Queen out the way is good. So bishops now come off. Maybe queen here. Sneak it in. But then the pawn drops here. So you might go knight c4 first. Queen e1, cool. Now bishop d2, cool. So Magnus has found a way to reroute, putting the bishop here. The queen is now here. The queen might come out, not here at the moment, but could come out here. Well, maybe g3 actually. Queen g3 instead, fine. Defending f4, wow. Now what? Let's consider the position, 4 against 2. Well, really, it's 3 against 2. King now goes out the way again. How to progress? Every pawn pushes a weakness. You can't push either. Double on the f-file. Threatening a push, not really, because that bishop drops. You might even go back to e1. No push at the moment. Keep it cool. g3, maybe. Like back to c4. So Magnus is sorting out this. Maybe he missed this now. Do you remember a few, probably like 10 moves ago, this pawn break was available, but now Sarana's got it in, and this is a huge transformation. I bet Magnus was wishing he played g3 instead, because the knight there stopped it. Things have changed. Rook here, rook here, rook here, rook here. Total switch. Every rook was on the f-file. Now it shuffles over to the left. Rook f e1, bishop back to g7, king f2. We have this majority. This could work out in white's favor. Queen f3. The game has just begun, in my opinion. Queen f3, maybe g4, maybe king g2. I like the trade. Maybe king g2. g4 is a bit committal, I would say. So I would have played king g2 just to not move the pawns yet. 54 seconds against 30. h5, maybe king f3. Played, take, take. We have now 2 against 1. We have the transformation. King f7, played. Bishop back to e1. Where's that coming here? Maybe bishop f2. No, the bishop needs to stay here. Take, take. Now it's 1 against 0. Take, take. Then finding a way in. 45 seconds against 20 seconds. Here. Go. Because can't come here because bishop h4. Yeah, king f6, bishop h4. So king d5 now, winning. Looks completely and utterly winning. 35 seconds against 15 seconds. What's he doing? Oh, wow, I would have played that without thinking. Well, anyway, we get this transition now. Knight b7. Now every pawn might drop. Yeah. We taking this one maybe. He took that one. Cool, because take, 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 take. Yeah. Here and here, we're good. Game over. He's got no time as well. a6. Going for some stalemate traps perhaps. 18 seconds. Check. And then, oh, can't take. Cool. Nice. Nice, yeah, beautiful. e4, c5, b3, d6. Sarana setting up in this style, where what happens is, in the Sicilian, you tend to get this. You are fighting for central control. Black is fighting for the d4 square, but white is actually fighting for d5. But a huge transition happened here. Wow, what a transition, where if we look at this, bishop e6 offered, take, take, f4, and now a check. Now the queen comes back, and what happens is both are under attack. e5 played though, so something has gone wrong for Magnus. Take, take. We keep playing. Right. Knight in. Castle is available. You might swap queens off and then castle, just to get out of the way. And then I might play a move like knight e7 actually. I might castle, king d7 maybe even. And then that knight can come to e7 just to get rid of it. I would seriously consider knight here. Not this one. Knight played by Sarana. Perfect. Rook f1. You might capture and then slowly get your pieces out. I think this is a way. I really like this move because it stops Magnus's knight coming in. So Sarana has outplayed. He's actually outmaneuvered Magnus in this really strange endgame. This idea, and now what tactical shot. Did he have this to move before? I think so. So looking back, I guess Sarana should have put a piece on that square, but hey, I didn't see it. How did that knight land on e6 in a couple of moves? Dangerous, man, dangerous. Now that knight can come here, but in my opinion, that's just a spectator. We can just tuck the bishop back to c1, throw in a check, and then maybe bishop c1. Rook f7 first, and then we've always got this, guys. Bring it back. This rook can double. This is perfect. The knight can even come back to e6. This king is going nowhere. Magnus is in the driving seat. Rook f1 played. Can we take? And then knight e6. I would just bring the bishop round, and then there's like a bishop g5 shot. It's like, I think it's mate. You take and then bishop g5. You can't move, man. I mean, you can't move, probably. Let's have a look at that. Take, take, check. King moves. Check. King here. I don't see a knockout, so no. We're not going to go for that. Maybe rook here. And a bishop here. Knight e6. King moves. Then take, take, and then the rook can come in. And then that's game over, maybe. Then a rook g7, something like that. So Magnus has played rook f8, which is fantastic. That's the variation I just discussed right now. But I don't think I saw the end. So bishop here. Knight e6, check, I believe. King moves. Oh, and then you take on f8 instead. Now I get it. Now I get it. You take on f8. That's what I missed. Because you attacked it. Magnus is going to take on. Perfect. Yes. Perfect. Knight f8. We got two pieces against the rook. So perfect. And now sits in and Sarana resigned. And that's absolutely incredible. By the way, guys, I tuned in late on this match, and the reason these guys, Magnus is stopping now, is it turns out he's beaten Aleksei Sarana, a top grandmaster from Russia, 10-0. This is called adoption in chess, where you beat someone 10-0, you basically played them 5 whites and 5 blacks, and you've won all the time. And Magnus has done this to so many top players. When he does this on Lichess, that's it. He stops. Wow. Simply wow. Alireza Firouzja destroys Magnus Carlsen in 29 seconds. Same style video. I do commentary at the same time. However, you might like Magnus Carlsen wins in 39 seconds over here. However, if you don't like either choice, you might like YouTube's selection.